Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Money Mondays. We have a special guest today. The $1 million man is
Here
here.
I am. I'm more like the $200,000 man today, but I'm going to take it. Yeah.
That's great. I'm Belinda Ray, Director of Strategic Partnerships here at GPCOG. The $1 million man is.
Paul Johnson, the Economic Development Director here at GPCOG.
This is Money Mondays, opportunities for our regional partners and member municipalities to find funding and resources. So with that, we will get started. If you have any questions, please type them into the Q&A. We'll handle them at the end. And I think we are, I try to stall as I find the button, off to the races. Go for it, Paul.
Thanks, Belinda. Mine is going to be super short and sweet, and I talked about this a couple months ago, but I'm going to plug this one more time because I have some specific examples of recent brownfield activity that we've had at GPCOG. As a reminder, GPCOG has a revolving loan fund that can either grant money or loan money to developments that need some environmental remediation. And for the past several years, we haven't had what's called assessment funds, which means that we haven't had the ability to, at the very initial stages of a project, or if something pops up in the middle of a project, we haven't been able to step in and help people financially with the assessment of how much it will cost to remediate the property. That's all changed last month. We don't technically have funds specifically for assessment, but because of the cycling of our program, we have now about $200,000 that is a lot more flexible. And internally, we've decided we're going to try to use it for assessment activity. And today I just wanted to shout out, because in the last month, since this money has been available, we've already funded or we're in the process of funding 4 different sites. And the 4 sites are the Old Andrews School in Windham. There's a site on Mellon Street in Portland. And actually, I should say the site on Mellon Street in Portland and the recovery home site in Bridgeton, those are both by the same developer, and they both will be recovery homes. And lastly, Thompson's Point is always doing something new and developing even further. And they've run into some boring they have to do in the walls of an old building, that one of the few old buildings that are left down there. But I just wanted to take a quick second. These are 4 projects in the past month. These aren't huge asks, by the way. They can range to about $2,500 to about $6,000. But what that does is it opens the door for further testing and then eventually remediation. And the important part is, next slide. Who is eligible? Everybody. Everybody's eligible. So you don't have to be a nonprofit. Private developers can receive this money, and it's actually not a loan. We will actually, there's most of the cases, not all, but most of the cases will cover the cost. So it's a really good tool to help projects not, let's say, slow down or get caught or held back and be cost prohibitive unexpectedly. This money's super flexible. So I mentioned it again. I mentioned it a couple months ago. I wanted to do a plug because we've had 4 properties. I've had a couple more emails. And if you don't quite know if we can help, just send them my way and we can at least have an initial conversation. And with that, Belinda, the floor is yours.
Excellent. Thanks, Paul. I wanted to talk today about the Road to Zero Community Traffic Safety Grants. These are a program of the National Safety Council. It's a competitive grant process, and the funds can support approaches to address traffic fatalities and serious injuries. So Road to Zero is a coalition that brings people together to work toward eliminating traffic fatalities and serious injuries from our roads. And what they are looking for to fund with this grant are people that are trying to put into place countermeasures, so things that correct, fix, address problems on the roads, countermeasures that are evidence-based, that support a safe system approach, have measurable objectives, and are achievable, important, in a 1-year time frame. Now, the safe system approach If you are not familiar with that, there's a link there. It is basically the Federal Highway Administration's version of Vision Zero. And Vision Zero is a European concept that has spread across the world. Everything is focused on designing our roadways to be safer, understanding that humans make mistakes. So we've really got to consider design and consider lots of different things we can do to make the system safer with everyone contributing. So there's a link to a nice graphic that explains that approach. Countermeasures on the Federal Highway Administration site, they have a lot of great resources, including many proven safety countermeasures. So you click on these links and they'll tell you, what does it mean to do crosswalk visibility enhancements? They'll have pictures and illustrations and descriptions of what that is. Bicycle lanes, what do they look like? What's a median? What's a pedestrian refuge? So all of these different things that you can do, you can click on to get ideas if you're looking at a particular area in your community. In terms of eligibility, municipalities are eligible, states, counties, safety organizations within the state government, tribes, nonprofits. And here's the kicker, you have to be a Road to Zero Coalition member in order to apply, but that takes like less than 2 minutes to sign up. And when you sign up, you're not paying anything. It is free. What you are doing is joining this coalition and saying, if you join on behalf of your town, you're saying, yeah, we're going to be part of the solution here. We understand that we need to work on road safety, and we want to be part of that work, and we want to help promote behaviors and systems changes that will eliminate fatalities. So you're not signing anything away, but you do need to join in order to apply. So some uses, I thought looking at some past winners is always helpful. So the Denver Streets Partnerships, they did an e-bike education and safety training program where they put together all kinds of things, everything from like what bike is right for you to where to ride your bike, how to maintain your bike, how does it impact your greenhouse gas emissions to have people riding bikes. America Walks in Alaska won just in 2024, and they are planning educational initiatives, demonstration projects, roundtables. And then we see in Oregon, Clackamas County, they are doing demonstration projects, low-cost engineering countermeasures, behavioral change focused education. That could be things about, education about speeding, understanding the different rates of survival based on how fast a car is going when it hits a pedestrian or another car. And targeted enforcement is part of their plan also. So there are a lot of different things that you can do with this money. The key features here, we have a minimum that you can ask for of $50,000 and a max of $200,000. There is no cost share here. Like I said, you cannot pass go without joining the Road to Zero Coalition. So you've got to do that first so that you can even sign up and get the information. If you do win, there is reporting involved, and that is listed here. There are monthly reports because they want to know you're meeting your objectives. They want to know how much time you're spending, what money you're spending. That's pretty common with most grants, although they're not always monthly. And then important to know, you'll need to do a final report at the end of this, and they also expect you to have quarterly meetings with Road to Zero staff during the process, and every past winner has done a webinar to show, here's what we did, here's how we got the money. So it's basically like, you got to do a Money Mondays showing what you did when you got the money. It's a pretty easy grant. I gave it a 2. It's due by January 17th. So you have a ton of time to get ready. So if you are looking at projects, looking at roads where you think we could put in a crosswalk that would make this school zone a lot safer, get some rapid flashing beacons, look at those things that you might want to be purchasing. This is funding that can help you get it done. Or if you're looking at behavioral educational programs, that can be funded too. So for more information and next steps, there are some webinars this week. You can sign up for those. There's one, what's this, the second? Yeah, there's one tomorrow. And there's one, the 6th must be Friday, right? Okay. There's the grant page where you can look at previous winners. You do have to sign up for Submittable. This is the online portal they use for grant submissions, so you'll have to do that too. Federal highway safety resources, and then very important, we have Vision Zero plans for both our urban and suburban communities and our rural and island communities. You'll want to look through these because these highlight critical safety corridors and intersections and places that need work. There are sample countermeasures in here as well. So by looking through the reports, the plans that we've already done for the region, that can really help you make the case for your grant as well. Oh, I forgot about this. Special bonus. This is a surprise to me too. Yeah, the Federal Highway Administration, U.S. Department of Transportation, excuse me, they are wondering, what is hard about applying for grants? Everything. So tell them they want you to attend this. You sign up. They want to know what are the challenges. They want to know what have you applied for? What have you tried to apply for? They're just looking to get some information to probably try to make their grant processes a little more accessible. So there's a QR code and there's also a link here to sign up if you would like to be part of that focus group for them and help USDOT improve their processes. So that is it for today. Paul, anything you want to say about that belt?
Yeah, it's pretty heavy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not this isn't cheap plastic. So
Oh, all right. Yeah. I'm looking forward to Sunday seeing that belt in person.
well, I think it's gonna get, the more people we get, the more I'll add to the whole ensemble.
Okay. Oh,
But this
that's
will be
good.
consistent. This will be consistent every week. So
All right. Excellent. Well, come back next Monday for another episode of Million Dollar Man. And I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a great week ahead.
thanks, everybody.
Bye.